Hello everybody and welcome to the first ever Just Football Manager FM 2017 save. Now, the first question I guess will be, why on earth are we doing a 2017 game? Well, this is to do with the fact that we are going to revive and relive in this uncertain time the world of coronavirus. No football to be had whatsoever, no games, nothing taking place. It's time for some creativity, it's time for some new ideas, and what better way to forget the problems of the world with a little bit of escapism. And this has led me, your host, Jonatan Goteborgsson, to go back into an old save, which I will be reviving. This is mainly for the listeners of our Nordic football podcast, which you can listen to at Nordic Footpod on Twitter or on iTunes. Search the name Nordic Football Podcast. Essentially, I have been running a Swedish game for the last few years, since 2017, when time has permitted, in spare time or spare moments. And this is the first episode of reviving the game because we got to a very exciting point in the game when I basically stopped playing it. And it coincides pretty much with the rough dates of where we are now. So it was obviously, as you can see here, 19th of December 2019. And the save had been running for, I think, 3 or 4 seasons, which I will look into now for you. First things first, the team I've chosen obviously is OIS, which is a Swedish club founded in 1887, professional club. And historically, they are a very big club in Sweden. 14 Premier League titles, Allsvenskan titles, that is. So one of the biggest teams in Sweden in terms of success, but a bit of a fallen giant, sleeping giant to a certain extent, based in Göteborg, a place close to my heart. And as you can see here, since 2016, they've fallen on hard. Well, they've been in hard times. They've been in the lower divisions for quite a while, but the 2017 challenge that I undertook when getting this game, which I still really like, by the way, 2017, I've got FM 2020, but I haven't really had time to dig into it yet. So I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on the differences between the two. You're welcome to leave comments below, or on Twitter at Nordic Footpod, or on Just Football at Just Football. I'll be publishing this on both channels. It will hopefully keep us occupied for a few uncertain months. So yeah, let's have a look at the history of this save to date and catch up on where we are. So this will be a sort of short video introduction, and we'll look at some key members of the squad. At the moment, we're about to enter the new season. We got promoted, which is great news, and won the league in 2019, so we're heading into 2020 in the Allsvenskan for the very first time. But hasn't always been this way. There's been challenges along the way, and as you will see here, yeah, the season began in the first season we had was 2016. So you can have a look there at kind of how we got on. Yeah, so we started the season when I began the save. The kind of real aim of it was to build a team through the youth system. They have a very good youth system, OIS. Some really, really exciting young talents, and when I was out there, obviously I knew a lot of them from watching academy games and youth team games, so I already had a sort of inkling in my mind of who the players I wanted were. And obviously, as you'll see, my first ever game on this was in 2016 against Dalkurd, a 2-1 defeat. You can see the tactics here. This is my first ever lineup in the squad, pretty much similar to the main players who were at the club at the time. A 2-1 defeat. I gave some youth players some chances, but yeah, Mohamed Saeed Dan, who's someone that you'll hear about on this save quite a bit. He's a young talent that I met when I was in Göteborg at the time. And yeah, he's a Somalian player who came to Sweden, and in real life, he ended up in Italy. He went to Empoli before returning. But yeah, a very talented player. We didn't know this at the time, and this is his career history in terms of our game. There was no way I'm letting him go to Italy, so yeah, gave him a contract straight away, and he's been pretty good, as you can see. 51 games, 8 goals, 6 assists, getting better all the time. Obviously, he was 17 when he had his debut, 19 now. A bit of interest in him. Orléans in France. He's a player that you'll be hearing about, and he's one that has a fair amount of interest. But yeah, gave a debut to many youngsters, and the modus operandi for this save was bring in some young talents, bring in some English players as well. We brought a player from non-league and Sam Barrett, and a few others as well. Jens Kahust, who in real life went to Denmark, another talented player. But yeah, no way I'm letting him move. And I've been giving him a lot of first-team opportunities, and he was an important player in our promotion season there with 19 appearances, average of 7.01 rating. So yeah, another good player who in real life is in Denmark. But we kept him, gave him a contract. So yeah, as you can see, first season we did okay. It started quite well. Started badly actually. Didn't win a game for 5 until the 5th match, and then gradually got better. Bit of good form in the parts of the season. Beat Asteriska 5-2 in one game. Gradually sort of got to know the tactics, got to know the squad, kept an eye on players, changed the formation. I went with a 3-5-2 and a 5-4-1, and it's a system that I've kind of adapted as we've gone along. Had some success, changed the formation a few times. But yes, let's take a look. So who is this person anyway? This person is me, which is Jonatan Goteborgsson, son of Gothenburg, essentially is what that means. Here is my sort of preferred formation. Reputation-wise, it's not very well known. Media handling, okay, pretty good rating. Best at attacking, coaching. Discipline 7, yeah, need to improve discipline. Player knowledge 10, pretty happy with that. My door is always open to players, which is, I'd like to say that's a fair comment. The situation is advanced, so, to fast forward to 2019, I'm actually out of contract at the moment, but having won the title, I am very well rated by my board. They absolutely love me, delighted with the leadership qualities you are demonstrating, and my job security is near untouchable. Last season's successes remain fresh in our memories, which we won the league. But I am out of contract, and that takes us to the most recent news items, because I've been offered the job at NAC Breda in the Eredivisie. 18th in the Eredivisie, having some trouble, bottom of the league, and they've asked me to have a job interview with them, which I'm considering, and also Troyes, French team in Ligue 2, who are in the relegation zone in Ligue 2 and looking for someone to pick up and carry them to new heights. So I am considering those two, whether to attend. I don't know what you think, guys. So I'm tempted to basically continue this game. We've got 65 days till our new season, and I'll be honest with you, there's a good chance I'll probably stay, but I might give them the time of day. And if you have a preference, Troyes or NAC Breda, I'd be interested to hear where you think I should consider my future. But just to recap in terms of where we were, so yeah, first season, did okay. I can't complain, finished 11th. 12 wins, 7 draws, 11 defeats, 50 goals, 46 conceded, and yeah, we actually flirted with relegation at one point, but managed to get away with it, and I was pretty satisfied with that. We integrated a lot of new players in that season. As you can see, transfer history, there's been a lot of ins and outs, and we've had a lot of success actually with our transfer dealings. But here was the players we bought on free transfers, young players really. Leo Bengtsson, who is quite highly rated, he's 21 now, he's at Hammarby. We've got a few youngsters. Pontus Anderson, who's a keeper I highly rate. I'm looking forward to his development. And As you can see from his stats, he's improving in every area. He's only 19. Yeah, pretty good guy he is. Been on loan, and he's wanted by a few clubs as well. Actually, no, he's not been on loan, but he is wanted by a few clubs. It's BK on loan. He's one I got high hopes for. Yeah, we had a few others come in. Reasonable success, to be honest. Not some of them did all right, some of them did not too well. Christopher Lina is still here now, and he's one of our captains actually. So he was signed from Bastia. And I've delved into the French market a lot in this save, so you'll see a lot of players who've come from France. We've had an extensive scouting network out there. Contacts, really, people I know in the game who have recommended us some tips. But yeah, first season finished 11th. Second season finished 11th. Again, 10 wins, 6 draws, 14 defeats. Not as good in terms of goal difference, -7. And we were in a lot more relegation trouble this year. That was a year where we did kind of struggle, I'll be honest. But we managed to get out of it just late on in the season, if I remember rightly. And as you'll be able to see from our transfers, go back to that page for you, there was a lot more activity. So we brought in a lot of players. Patrick Hopkins from America came in, a 32-year-old. We needed some experience at the back. You can see his ratings there. He's an experienced guy, and yeah, he brought a lot of flair and determination. Solid character in the dressing room, hard worker, good concentration, that kind of thing, which we needed. And then, yeah, there was a lot of young players that came in as well. We've got Felix Ajay from the Mayor FC, a left-back, Ghanaian left-back, who's done well, but of late his stats have dropped a bit. But all in all, he's a solid left-back who's done quite well for us. We brought in others, Ludwig Begby, who we eventually sold to Salzburg, Boris Tatar, who's still there, he's an international player now, Montenegro international 5 caps. So we solidified the defence, and we brought in Romain Gaul, who is quite well known to anyone who follows Swedish football. He was at Malmo, or he is at Malmo. We brought him on loan from Gisvensvall at the time. We brought Kalle Johansson from West Brom, who's a well-known player as well, Swedish player. Under 21 international. A few others. We dipped into the non-league market again. Tom McHale, Chidi Omij, a few players from the Netherlands, and we got rid of quite a few, as you can see here. So yeah, Johan Almander was one of our key players at that beginning of the game. But, we loaned a few out as well, and we got rid of a lot of older players. And well, it didn't do much to the league position. But the following season was the season where we showed a lot of improvement. Now, the reason for this improvement, we finished 5th, and as you'll see, we scored 40 goals. Now, the reason for this improvement, if we go back to transfers, we were given an anonymous tip from someone that we know in the game who recommended us some Brazilian players. Now, this was where everything changed for the future of Urgrita FC, because we managed to blag ourselves 2 loan players from Fluminense. Gustavo Schutz, who is back at Fluminense now, but what a player this guy was for us. Came in, played on the left as an inside forward or a striker. And, well, as you can see in his first loan spell, 27 games, 8 goals, 6 assists, 4 times player of the match. Average rating 7.1. He was sensational, to be honest, in that season. We managed to get him for free on a very reasonable deal. Hardly paid any of his wages. And Patrick. Now, this guy you're going to hear a lot about as we go forward on this game. Look at this. Value at 165k. Potential ability close to 5-star. 4-star current ability. And we've actually managed to sign him on a free transfer. Oh no, 80k. We loaned him for 3 years running. 2 years running, sorry, and now we signed him permanently. He's got 29 goals for us in 53 appearances, 3 for Fluminense there, and as you can see, his rating, he won Player of the Season, I believe. Yeah, he was runner-up top goal scorer in that year. First senior goal, he was named in our all-time best ever 11 after just 1 year on loan. First player of the month he won, then he was in the team of the year. yeah, so as you can see, a year later, we won the title with him and as a key member of the team, and we've managed to get him for 80k, which I'm absolutely delighted about heading to our first ever Allsvenskan season. But yeah, keep an eye on Patrick. You'll get to know him. A level-headed character. You know, we get on well. We've got a good relationship, and I'm very confident that he is gonna go on to big things in his career. To be honest, he's only young. You know, he's only 22 years old, so the future is, you know, in the Allsvenskan, the world is oyster really. Finishing 13, dribbling 14, crossing 13, first touch, heading. This kid has a lot going for him. And just to finish off on him, he's also learning Swedish quite well. Fluent Swedish and basic Spanish, so a great commitment to integrating into our club. But yeah, this was the year where things changed in terms of the makeup of the squad. We got a lot of players out the door. Didn't work for Begbie, and we sold him to Salzburg for 8k. William Atashkade, who was our main player actually at the time, but we earned a fair amount of money. Our finances weren't great, but we managed to. We had to ship him out in the end. He was probably our top goal scorer first season, but as you can see, his form dipped. Wasn't quite as effective in the seasons following, and with Patrick coming in, we cashed in on him, sold him to Portuguese Premier League for 190k, and as you can see, he's not done anything there since. 21 games he didn't score, and then he was released on a free to Lechau in the second division. So, as far as I'm concerned, it was good business on our part getting rid when we did. But yeah, there were other players that we let go, loans and that kind of thing. We got a lot of players out the door. This was a player that we'll end on, Otto Peterson, before we move forward. But yeah, Otto Peterson. Now, the story with Otto Peterson, he was look at this player. He came through the academy. We were giving him games from a very young age. As you can see, he's a Swedish under-21 international. 6 caps, 1 goal. He's 20 now, in 2019. So, as you can see, let's go back to him. Yeah. We were giving him first team games from 2016 when he was 17. And we really had high hopes for this player. Centre-back, could play midfield. And, long story short, he played one season for us in terms of his first team appearances, 11 starts, 5 appearances, 5 sub-appearances. And he was looking seriously good, this kid. Average 6.95. And we were thinking, yeah, this guy's going to go places. And what happened? The board. We had bids from every club in the land. Malmo, AIK, EF Core, you name it. Scouts were coming from all over to watch him. And we had to cash in on him. The board sold him from under my nose for 1 million. Pretty much made it clear that he has to be sold. And he was. And at the time, I was not happy. I felt that maybe I might even question my future at the club. But it had to be done, I guess, and it changed our financial future in what we could do and what kind of deals we could attract going forward. As you might see here, we managed to get Rhian Brewster, who on this game isn't that highly rated, to be honest. England under-17 World Cup winner in real life. But Liverpool released him on a free, and we snapped him up, loaned him to Gefle. He's come back and done all right, but he's another one for the future. Only 19. He will be looking forward to the Allsvenskan. And another kid that you need to keep an eye on, Batista Mendy. Now, this kid is essentially the new Varane, in my opinion. A rock of a centre-back, maybe the Issa Diop of the Swedish league. Came in from not reserves. 19 appearances, 1 assist, 2 player of the matches, and he was essential to our sort of promotion. Last season, came in and was an absolute rock. Only 19, so he's got a lot of development to go. My staff love him. Ball technique, but in terms of his credentials, he's our best centre-back actually. So we've loaned, just for the season coming, we've loaned Arnel Amor-Hodzic from Malmo. I think in real life he's at Nottingham Forest. Oh no, he's at Forest in this as well. So we've got him. He originally was at Malmo as a youth player. So there's been a lot of wheeling and dealing, as you can see. And then in season 2019, this is the season to come. Obviously, some of these players came in the summer. You've got a player who, as I mentioned to you, Schultz and Patrick. You've got a player there, Ruben Gatta, who is going to be the next Patrice Evra, in my opinion. PSG reserves he was at, and he's been very, very good. A lot of teams have come to watch him. And my scouts love him. But that's it for now. This is the squad. Everyone's on holiday. What I want to know from you guys is, what are your thoughts on this? Should I take the another job, or should I stick it out and let's do the first ever Allsvenskan season? As you can see here, these are the average ages of the players. You've got, like I say, a very young first team squad. You've got to go all the way down here to get to a 22-year-old. So a lot of youngsters with room to develop in Allsvenskan. It'll be a bit of a challenge. New league, better league. But we have got some experience. Patrick Hopkins, Felix Ajay, as I mentioned, 29 now. Luis Pedro is a good player. He's a Angolan international, solid player. We had a lot of interest from him. Roda JC won him now, so his value's gone up massively since he joined. We got him on a free transfer, and 2 seasons he's been great. So we've got Alexis Yaguda as well, who's a very highly rated central midfield player, Cameroon international. So I do like the makeup of this squad, but can we survive in Allsvenskan? That's going to be the challenge, really. A few deals to be done, but on the next show I'm going to introduce you to the players and the young talents that I believe could see us move forward. So you can see the squad's on holiday. A few people have gone. But it's time to rebuild now and build this season. So I hope you've enjoyed this first ever episode. Obviously it'll be a bit rusty to begin with, but I hope as we go along we can escape the problems. Forget coronavirus. Nobody needs a pandemic. We can move forward with football, even if it's in the virtual world of Football Manager. So give us a comment below or subscribe. And I hope you have enjoyed this first episode, and I will see you for the next episode soon.